Hello everyone, I'm Marvelous Lazy Gamer and welcome back to another video. So I don't know about you, but I am sick of Joy-Con drift. I have been looking for ways to fix my Joy-Cons for a while now. I've looked at different YouTube videos and articles saying that you can use certain kinds of cleaner to put down into the joystick and rub it around, and that may or may not work, but you have to be careful because you could hurt your Joy-Con. I didn't want to take that chance. Joy-Cons are expensive. So I dug a little further and I ended up finding a website called ifixit. ifixit had a Joy-Con repair kit. Now the Joy-Con repair kit was $20 and you could also buy just an extra joystick for $14. So I went ahead and bought both of those, and once they arrive, I am going to attempt to fix my Joy-Cons myself, see how easy it is, and if this is a good option for fixing Joy-Cons. I am really curious because I do not want to go buy a new pair of Joy-Cons just because my left Joy-Con is drifting. So let's go ahead, skip to when I get my package, and let's see if a first-timer who knows nothing about taking electronics apart can do this. Here we go.
Hey guys, so I just received my ifixit package in the mail that has all the stuff I need on it. So I'm going to be trying to use this ifixit kit to fix my left Joy-Cons, which are drifting like crazy. Now, luckily, it's only the left ones. The right ones, I do not have to worry about. Now, I'm going to start with my gray one, which is the one that originally came with my Switch, because my green and pink Joy-Cons are my favorite. I love these, and if something goes wrong, I do not want to ruin them. So I'm going to start with just the gray Joy-Con, which has an extreme drift. I mean, if I'm playing Breath of the Wild, Link is running off the top of a tower because he cannot stand still. So let's go ahead and unbox our Fix-It package and see what we have inside. So first thing is the Fix-It hardware that came with the $20 Fix-It kit. So let's go ahead and open this up, see what everything looks like. Alright, so I'm going to keep these in the little bag for now. We do not want to lose those. But in here it looks like we have, a nice pair of tweezers. These actually look really nice. Ooh, they close nicely. Okay. We have, looks like a little, it almost looks like a stylus, but it's not, it's a lot pointier. And then the other end is flat. Flat. And it has a little notch right here. Then this, I'm assuming, is going to be the screwdriver base. And then here, this is something that's really flat. This reminds me of something you would use to, like, stick down a sticker or something. Like, you know, rub up against it. That goes in that bag. And then we also have the two joystick replacement parts. So I'll just open up one of these for now. So here it is, the replacement part right here. And we're going to be using that. I'm going to keep that in this bag just in case. I don't want anything happening to that. So I guess there's nothing left to do but see if we can fix this Joy-Con. Alright, so they have nice step-by-step instructions on their website, which I have pulled up right behind me. Alright, so the first step is to remove the screws from the back of the Joy-Cons. We're going to have to open up our little screws here. That. Make sure I don't lose those. So let's see here. These don't look very different to me, but I'm going to go with the one that I can kind of eyeball as possibly smaller. So I go ahead. Oh, this is magnetic. You hear that? Oh, look at that. Okay. Yes. So on the screw, I don't know if you can see that. It says Y00. I don't know how well that's showing up. But Y00 is on this part. So this is the part I need to use. And it just snaps right in there. It's magnetic. That's really nice. And it seems like this is one where you just turn. So let's go ahead and remove these screws. There we go. Yeah, see, it's nice, it turns, so I just keep my palm pressed against here and just twist. Up, up, okay. Screw number 1, we're not losing the screws. I'm setting it right here. Okay, screw number 2. Screw number 3. Screw number 4. Step 2. Step 2. All right, so this apparently is an opening pick. And it says to slide this carefully in here. It says to start at this edge. Okay, there we go. And it says not to slide it in too far, but to take it and just go slowly around the edge of the Joy-Con. Like so. The back panel loosens fairly easily, so not much pressure is needed. Alright, so I think that's that. Step 3, with the charging rail facing away from you, open the Joy-Con like a book. Do not try to fully remove the back panel yet. Okay, so we have this part facing away from me, and I open it like a book. Oop. There we go. See that? You just open it like a book. Keep it in the square. So there it's open like a book, and now it says do not remove the back panel fully because there are 2 cables connecting the charging rail to the motherboard. So I'm going to leave it just like this. All right, I'm going to stick this right here. Step 4. All right, so we have the battery here, and it looks like it's talking about this white piece right here. Or no, in between the white piece. So this little guy down here. So this is the, what do they call it? Spudger. I don't know why, but they're using this little flat end here to pull up the battery connector. So it looks like, okay, they're going in like this. And this little black square, I don't even know if you can see it. This little black square, I'll use the pointy side. Right here. That's what we're trying to pry up. So I'm going to take this, go under these wires, and I'm going to carefully just pry it up. There we go. Right out of the socket. That was fairly easy. You can see it is now disconnected, and that will stop the Joy-Con from powering on while I'm doing the rest of my work. All right, step 5. So I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to use the opening pick again to go in between the battery, and I'm just going to gently pull it up. And you just gently pry it out, and it does say it's taped in place. Well, lightly taped. There's the tape. There we go. I have the battery out. I'm going to just set that right over here by the screws. And you can see it was just lightly taped in place right here. There's just this little piece of tape. Step 6. So let's see where those are. It looks like those are the screws right here. So there are some screws. I don't know how well you can see it, but there are 3 in here that are gold and 2 that are silver. So I'm going to be removing the gold ones. Here, here, and here. So that's the other screw head right here, which is labeled PH00. I'm going to stick that in there. And then I'm going to carefully remove these screws. Oh, this is a magnetic tip. Oh, that's so helpful. There we go. All right. Step 7. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this mid-frame here, this gray box, and we're just going to flip it over like we would a book. Just gotta pull it up. There we go. Carefully bring it over. Okay. Step 8. All right, so if we take our tweezers, there is a little lock on the other side of this white box. I know it's probably a little hard to see. I don't want to mess with anything too much, so here's what it looks like. But I'm probably not going to show any more close-ups just because I don't want to lift this and I don't have the ability to do it right now. But there's a little box right here, and there's this little black thing that's the lock. So it says to move it up. So I can go ahead and take the tweezers. There we go. I just gave it a tiny little push and it popped right up. All right, so now it wants me to take this cable, just gently remove it. Boom, look at that. So this is what I just removed. I now removed the mid-frame and I just disconnected this wire here. So now this can be set aside. Step 9. So, if I bring this up, you can see there is this cable here running over, this is the Joy-Con stick, so this is the minus button right here. So I'm going to flip up the lock on this white panel and disconnect this. So that flipped up very easily, and then I just grab this cable and pull it right out, just like that. Super simple. So, this is the Joy-Con here, and it looks like it's connected to this white box here. So I have to flip up this lock. I'll see if I can do a close-up of it, because it's not hard. You just kind of put a little bit of pressure and boom, it's flipped up. And then I can go ahead and disconnect this blue cable very easily. Look at that. Slid right out. Just like that. Step 11. So we'll go ahead and grab my screwdriver once again and go ahead and unscrew this. There we go. Got the screw out. You can see the tiny little gold one. Just put it down here. All right, step 12. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead, they show you using your hands, but I'm just gonna use the tweezers to just kind of pull it up carefully. Maybe. Might need to use my hand. All right, we'll use my hand. So we're gonna pull this up. It's not coming easily. Oh, I have a rubber thing on my Joy-Con that I forgot to take off. So that's important. If you have a grip on your Joy-Con, do not forget to take it off. That's stopping it from coming out. So I'm going to be very careful here. Do my best to... There we go. Got the grip off. Oh no! Now I've lost the button. Okay, I'm just going to leave that off for now, but now this should come up easily. Oh. And there's the thing it told me not to disturb. I'm just bringing it up. There we go. All right. The Joy-Con is out. So that was by far the hardest part, mostly because I forgot the grip. But after that, the L button fell out, and the thing I wasn't supposed to disturb, I disturbed it a little bit, but it looks okay. And I'm sure this will go right back into place. I see how it's supposed to go. And I'm sure it will lock in no problem. Okay, so this is the old Joy-Con, the one that was drifting. So I'll put that off to the side. Now we have to reassemble it. So I have my new joystick right here. And we just go ahead. Oh, well, don't just drop it on things. We're going to go ahead and reline up the screws. It would probably be helpful if I actually put the Joy-Con in the right way. Not the Joy-Con, the Switch. so we put this back through, slip that up, there we go. And now I just poke this back through, there we go, went right in there. All right, and now I'm going to screw it back in. There we go. All right, my Joy-Con is secure. Now I have to put the blue wiring back in. So I'm going to go ahead and take it and fit it back into its white little house. There we go. Just going to make sure that's in there. Feels like it's in there. And I'm going to lock it into place. There we go. Now if I tug on this, it should not come out. Good. Okay. All right, after that, we want to put this ribbon back right here. We slide it right into its little house. Was it over here? Hold on. Yep, I'm doing it right, just making sure. So it's going back into its house. This one's giving me a little bit of trouble. Okay, I see where it's supposed to go. Just for some reason having trouble putting it in there. There we go. Got it in there. Now we flip, make sure it's pushed in, yep, flip the gray lock down. There we go. That should be secure, yes. Next, we're going to reattach the cable from this section. I believe they called it the mid-frame. So this one comes down like this and goes right in here, just like that. There we go, lock it into place. Make sure it's locked. It is not. Let's try pushing it in further. There we go. Lock it down. There we go. Okay, that feels better. All right, so now we put the mother frame back on, and I think that's when I can stick this back in. Pretty sure it goes this way. So like that. And then I will go ahead and flip this back over like so. Make sure that's in correctly here. There we go. That looks good. So now we have this back in. And I'm going to put the 3 gold screws back. Three. That button's good, that button's good. All right. The mid frame is reattached. Now we have to put the battery back in. So we're going to take this battery and we're going to place it back in just like this. So I just stick it back in there. So you got the battery back in. And then I need to reconnect the battery by just pressing down on this black box and putting it back in its little compartment. And it should press right back in. There we go. I heard a little click, and it's in there. All right, now we can put the Joy-Con back together. Just go ahead and close it up like so. All right, I heard a nice snap. Now I gotta switch my heads. Yep. I'll just put that back in there like that. Screw it in like that. Whoops, I just pressed it. Well, at least I know the battery is in right. There we go. My Joy-Con is all put back together. The joystick feels good. Let's see if I can compare them at all. You can definitely tell this one's been used for over 3 years. Like, it's pretty gnarly. It's definitely got a different feel to it. So now the moment of truth. Let's make sure it still connects to my Switch, and let's make sure it is not drifting. So I have my Switch here. I'm going to go ahead and take my newly replaced joystick, slide it onto the Switch, get my right one, and let's go ahead and turn this on. All right, it is working. So you can see, this is the one I just replaced, and it is going back and forth. It's probably easier if I screen capture this. But let's see, let's get something that it was really drifting on. I'll go ahead and open up Pokemon Sword, because when I opened up the map on Pokemon Sword, it just started drifting, just was drifting. So let's see if the drift is fixed. It's not drifting. There is no drift. I'll screen capture this too. But it's definitely not drifting, which is amazing. It's like an entirely new Joy-Con. It's moving beautifully around the map. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking happy. So overall, the kit that came with the tools and the joystick replacement cost $20. It was fairly easy to replace. There were a couple steps I was kind of like, but I felt comfortable enough to do them. Obviously, I did do them. And it took me about, 20 minutes? I mean, I was also filming and trying to make sure I could capture everything on camera, so that probably added a little bit to the time. But it didn't take me that much time. It was not that difficult. The Joy-Con was pretty easy to put back together. So I think, all in all, this is a very good... overall, I think this is a very good kit to fix your Joy-Con. I mean, a new pair of Joy-Cons is what, $60, $70, and I just fixed the drift problem on my left Joy-Con for $20. And then of course, since I already ordered the kit, I only had to order just the Joy-Con part for $15, and I can go ahead and fix my pink Joy-Con. So that's a much cheaper option. There are videos out there that say, here's a free way to fix them. I just didn't trust those. I didn't want to be putting stuff down, like cleaner down in my joystick. So I thought this was a much better option at $20 to fix one of my Joy-Cons. And now it's not drifting. It feels really nice. And I'm excited to use my Joy-Cons again. So thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope that it was helpful and that you got a sense of whether this would be something you'd want to do to fix your Joy-Cons. I'm very excited to go and do my pink one, and I can't wait to actually be using my Joy-Cons again. It's going to be amazing. So thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, put on those notifications so you can get all my new videos, and comment below. Let me know, was this video helpful? Do you want to see more videos like this? Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one.